I was looking for law firms, I was working in industry at the time. So I was working in the energy sector as an environmentalist. So I really wanted a firm that actually had a true focus on the sectors that they worked in.
So it's the oldest bird and bird cliche in the book, but it was just the people.
I think it was the tech focus that attracted me to Bird and Bird. I've always really enjoyed gadgets and kind of how they work.
So I think initially I was drawn because they had such a great client base.
Partners and senior associates approachability here makes it easy to learn.
The reputation and culture.
I am generally pretty argumentative and I'm sure I'm right most of the time, so I wanted someone to endorse that.
I think the skill set you get to develop and the people you get to meet.
Originally it was because I wanted to argue. Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Two things: my elder brother, who is a lawyer, and the second thing is that I really wanted to understand as a young boy how law was shaping people's life.
Advising businesses, helping them choose their strategic direction, I think that's really interesting and exciting.
The problem solving and the variety of work you get to do.
I find it really exciting to sort of problem solve and anticipate problems through language.
It's always, every day's a school day. You're always learning something new.
I think the fact that no 2 days are the same, so you can come in and your to-do list one day will be completely different to the next day.
I like the puzzles.
Chemistry.
Dance.
I think my favourite subject was definitely geography.
PE, for sure. Maths. My favourite subject was English.
Definitely history.
For me, the biggest challenge was finding the balance between using your initiative but also asking for guidance when you need it.
I think the biggest challenge was being ripped out of your comfort zone every 6 months.
For me, definitely the start of my training contract was a challenge, as I'd come from a very different environment and hadn't been in an office for a while.
I think the biggest challenge for me was the fact that I've got a family as well, so balancing the usual trainee challenges, long hours, hard work, all the pressures, and also keeping my family relatively happy as I could.
Feeling like a newbie every 6 months.
I think juggling workload can be quite difficult sometimes.
Definitely sweet.
It's got to be sweet.
All day savoury.
Savoury.
Sweet.
Definitely savoury.
Sweet.
I'm currently in the media and entertainment sector group, and that's where I'll be qualifying in September, so really enjoying the work that I've done there.
So I've really enjoyed working in the retail and consumer sector group. I paralegaled at Burberry before I started here, and it's always been an interest of mine.
I've really enjoyed using my aerospace experience, having been in the RF for sort of 12 years.
I have enjoyed IP, which is where I'm qualifying, probably the most, because I think there's such a broad range of different things to do there.
That would be the commercial group.
Sector-wise, I've been more involved with the media group to just comment with an energy company, so I suppose those two areas I've enjoyed the most.
I've really enjoyed working in the retail and consumer sector. My passion for shopping means that it's a sector that I can relate to in terms of the businesses that we're supporting with our legal services.
Well, I think I've got to say disputes for practice group, otherwise there might be a few words. I've really enjoyed working in technology and financial services, particularly in sectors, particularly as they increasingly collide more and more.
Aviation, because planes are cool.
I think that I would be a journalist.
I'd love to be a diplomat.
So I wanted to be a Dartmoor Ranger when I grew up and go and help sheep on the moors and brand ponies and be in the outdoors all day.
I'd like to be a teacher.
I think I'd be an actor.
I think maybe a psychologist.
One of astronaut or accountant.
I used to think I wanted to be a photographer, but then recently it's changed and I want to be like a detective.
I would definitely be a policewoman.
I quite enjoy cooking, so maybe being a chef.
So I did quite a bit of work for media rights. I also tried to play sport, did a bit of football, softball and touch rugby.
I made one fleeting appearance for the football team on the football tour in The Hague. I have to say, partially still recovering from that.
I'm on the media rights editorial team, which I've really enjoyed throughout my training contract, and I've tried to get involved in any sports teams that I can.
I've been to some of the network's drinks. I don't know if that counts.
I founded the BAME Network Embrace, which I now co-chair along with another trainee, Adina Wells, and I captained the women's football team last year. Came second in tournament, unfortunately, but there's always next year.
I'm co-chair of our BAME network Embrace, which was set up by fellow trainee Rachel Canada. I'm also part of the Bird and Bird Women's Football Club called the Illegals, and I also help the firm with their volunteering and CSR initiatives.
I've been the illustrious football captain for the last 2 years.
Crepes, which is a kind of French pancakes.
Pasta every day.
It's my mum's macaroni and cheese, no doubt about that.
Macaroni and cheese, followed by cookie dough ice cream.
Lasagna, because it reminds me of home.
I probably shouldn't admit it, but a burger and chips.
Anything that's cooked by my mum.
But I think it's a lamb shank cooked in a bottle of red wine, just make it really nice and soft for a few hours.